Yesterday, I came out with a video showing how APC and Bola Tinubu plans to rig the next coming elections. I made a post on my X when I saw that video. That was on Saturday. I made a post quoting Bola Tinubu's post where he said he participated in the APC direct primaries. And I said these deluded criminals will soon say over 10 million APC members voted for him to come back. Just watch. And breaking news, yesterday, the headline that came out from the government. These guys are easy to predict. So when I do these things or I say some things, if you follow me on my platform on X, there are things that I said like 4 years ago that has played out and people are like, Saddam, they are easy to predict. You just need to follow the trends. You know, APC, they are not innovative, they are not sensible, they are not wise, they are not smart. These guys are just dumb freaking criminals that have the incumbency power, and they understand that a humongous number of their followers do not think, do not have sense. So they don't believe that whatever they throw to their followers will just swallow it hook, line, and sinker. So they believe that a generality of Nigerians think the way their followers think. So after I made that post, breaking news today, what came out from the news is that Tinubu polls 10.99 million votes to clinch APC presidential ticket. If you see this post now, this news, and you see my post over 24 hours before this post, you wonder like maybe I'm the informant. No, APC are easy to predict. We are dealing with hardened broad daylight criminals. That is what we're up against as a country. I said it then, I said these people are already setting a trap for Nigerians to feel, that imagine thinking or believing that there are 10 million Nigerians to vote Bola Tinubu back to office. Let me take you guys to, let's read the numbers. Let's just read the numbers because it's important we expose this thing for Nigerians to see. And I'm happy they are playing their hands out right now. For Nigerians, if we allow this go on, then whatever we see, we should take. Because it means that we have enabled them to carry out this criminality before us. Let me read the numbers for Nigerians. Let's just take it real quick. Let's take some few numbers. This is from the cable. They said how states and the FCT voted for Tinubu in the 2027 APC presidential primaries. Lagos gave Tinubu 800,000 plus votes. Adamawa, Atiku State, gave Tinubu 644,000 votes. Kaduna gave Tinubu 618,000 votes. Imo State, Imo State will give chief priest 14 votes. Gave Tinubu 582,000 votes. Imo State. Kanu gave Tinubu 500,000 votes. The same Kanu that are beating people in the market for coming to contest for Tinubu. Castina gave Tinubu 460. This is a shambles, man. But just look at the numbers for yourself. This is what we are up against as a country. This is what we are up against. And I'm saying this for Nigerians to understand, especially the opposition, to understand what people are up against. This is the numbers. Now, imagine this. I saw somebody said, add this number now with plus 2 million. That's what they are concocting for next elections for this man. They'll add like some 2 million on top to say he won the election with 12 million. And they'll now say opposition divided their votes. That's why for me, I'm still trying to make sure that the opposition is not too late. They can all get different tickets, but getting closer to the elections, I will still be on that ground standing and shouting, opposition, you guys have to come together one way or the other. Hopefully, when the momentum of the opposition party kicks and we begin to see the trajectory of Nigerians, the old opposition will come and have sense and understand that, see where Nigerians are leaning towards, and don't divide our votes. Please. I don't want to call names now, but people know what I'm saying. But let's go on. Let's just go on real quick. And I saw this tweet that resonates with me for Nigerians to understand going into the next elections. This is from Femi Sumola. He said, as a hardcore obedient and one with over 13 years of active participation in Nigerian politics, I want all supporters of Obi and well-meaning Nigerians to know that if we want to put PO in Aso Rock come 2027, we must be ready for war. I'm not talking about online war. I 100% at this point in time resonate with this. Nigerians must prepare for the next elections like they're preparing for war. Because you're actually going to war with bandits and criminals. Criminals that are concocting numbers that we will see and will be. These people are taking us back to these guys are taking us back to 2003 kind of politics. Even worse than Maurice Iwu time, where you just and they'll just write number. Just look at how people are counting.
So please, those who came to monitor this election, over to you. You can count. don't need to use speaker. They just
Yeah,
like
I know. Somebody can. All right, the counting is starting now. Number 1, here. Number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 90, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. Please, where is the other people?
I'm here with you.
All right, now somebody should take over this counting. 11, 1011.
1012, 1013, 1014.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 38, 90, 500, 2000. Look at the kind of counting that's and this is across the country. There are different videos across the country showing this satanic kind of counting. And that's how I've concocted 10 million votes for the man. Imagine believing that over 500,000 people in Imo State voted for Tinubu. This finish is too much. This finish is too much. Nigerians, please let's wake up to our responsibilities. Because in the midst of all the chaos happening in the country, in the midst of the whole unaliving kidnappings, I've not even had time to even talk about that because that's another conversation on its own. That's another conversation on its own. But we have to understand that going into 2027, we have to prepare for it as we're preparing for war. And as this person said, not online war. Make sure you're passing this message to other people around. Nigerians are going to have to understand. As I've always said, the greatest enabler of Bola Tinubu coming back will be Nigerians if we fail to implement what we have to do to make sure that our votes are protected, are counted. This is exactly what the Kwankwasias have always done. This is exactly what Ghanaians did to beat an incumbent government in the last elections. They voted, they followed their votes, they waited for their votes to be counted from the polling units, they followed their votes from the polling units to their local government recs, from their local government coalition centers, they followed that vote to the state coalition centers in their numbers. The previous video I made, I cited the case of Arsenal, and I said, go and watch this video you're seeing right now. Look at the number of people out there. Look at the numbers of people out there celebrating. If this same number of people are out there on the street on election day, which they will be out on election day, the problem is that after election, this typical Nigerian man is that after election, vote a polling unit and you win a polling unit, you go to beer parlor and go and drink beer and be celebrating. We don't win. You have not won anything because the election does not start, especially when you're dealing with criminals that we have right now. The election of the polling unit is just the preliminary stage. Where the problem, where the concoction happens is in the coalition centers. And you can only concoct results in coalition centers that are not occupied by masses. If Nigerians in our thousands across the country that voted escort our votes to the coalition centers across the country, this satanic kind of rigging cannot happen. We have to understand this and start directing our people to understand the role they have to play on time. A word is enough for the wise.